Yeah, thanks, Paul. Thanks for being here. And those that made the trip to Chicago, really appreciate it. Great job going 1-0. You know, sometimes you don't have your A game. And, you know, I talked to the guys after the game about, you know, we're in baseball playoff time right now. Pitcher goes out on the bump, warmed up great, had a great week of prep like we did, and then you go out and all of a sudden things maybe not working the way you want them to work. And you still got to find a way to just keep inching towards the end and finding a way to get the win or get it to your bullpen in baseball terms. But I thought that's what we did. You know, we had some really good things happen today, and then we had some self-inflicted wounds. But a team that's been through a lot of battles, and we found a way to get it done. A lot of young guys played. We came in today really beat up, as you could see from who played and how much they played. And to see the way that Isaiah Bowser stepped up there, especially at the end, really ran physical. You know, we're pretty much in the 4-minute drill there with 6 minutes left. We got it all the way down to 6 seconds. If we don't get the offsides penalty, we end the game without having to punt. So I thought Mick managed the end of the game really, really well. And I thought the guys went out outside of the false start, executed incredibly well. Our defense was absolutely outstanding. You know, we misfit one play that led to the long run. But to come in here against a team that I think puts a lot of pressure on you, Coach McNulty and his staff put a lot of pressure on you schematically. Their young skill, I think, is outstanding. And, you know, you just saw that this team would respond. They didn't even get out of their own shadow last week with the turnovers, and they got down so quick that they couldn't really show, I think, the improvement they made. But I thought they played really well against Indiana and Illinois here and had opportunities to win those games. So we knew what we were getting into as far as the battle, and I thought our guys responded. So great to go 1-0, and looking forward, obviously, to getting back home now. So with that, how about some questions, please?
How would you evaluate how Clayton played today?
Awesome. 1-0, baby. It's the job of the quarterback.
Had the slow start offensively after that first drive. What was Rutgers defense doing?
It looked like they brought pressure from edges, field, and boundary based on some formation things that they thought they had. We thought we adjusted pretty well, and then we looked like had some one-man breakdowns. They got some pretty damn good skill, I think, in their front seven. Pretty stout. They've done a pretty good job, I think, all year. I mean, last week, they didn't have a chance. I mean, they had their backs against the wall defensively, and I thought they responded. And I really thought they played well a week ago at the end against Maryland. So not a surprise to us, but we didn't execute very well. And then I thought Mick did a great job at halftime. You know, we went in and we weren't moving the ball really well. We adjusted some things, and you saw some more success that we were able to have there in the second half.
Was there a point of emphasis to try to establish a run earlier in the game?
There's been a point of emphasis to run the ball every game.
Did you abandon that after a while? How did you think that went in the first half of the game?
I don't have the halftime stats, but I would assume, based on your question, not very well.
You give the ball to Isaiah 24 times, just his fourth career game. What does that say about his maturity? How impressed were you with his mental today?
Need him. Need somebody. I was going to ask one of you guys, you want to play tailback today? You know, how about all the reps for Hanaoka? That's what I'm talking about. Number one coming in here. The cat. You know, I'm proud of those guys, man. We got two young pups and Isaiah. That's all we had today, and all three of those guys contributed in some way, shape, or form. And, you know, it's Big Ten football. It is not easy by any stretch of the imagination. And, you know, we played a wounded animal today. Homecoming, we knew we were going to get their best shot, and we did. And we responded with a bunch of pups. I mean, you got Chris Bergen out there playing Sam. You know, Sam Jarrett getting the most reps he's ever had. You know, Trey Pugh finally gets back off of an injury. All those sophomore receivers. You know, Trey Williams back out there again. I mean, we got a lot. We're a very young football team here, kind of growing up a little bit, and we've been through some battles now, and my hope is here the last month and a half of the season, we'll just continue to work to get better, and that's Big Ten football, man. Win and advance. It doesn't matter about style points. It's probably really good discussion on your guys' blog sites, though. But I don't care, to be crystal clear. Find a way to win.
It's now, I think, 6 straight Big Ten road wins for you guys. What goes into being able to have success on the road like that?
Yeah, I don't think we flinch. I don't think we if the crowd's big or the crowd's small, if it's rocking or morose, I think our guys just handle it pretty much the same way at home and on the road. I really do. I don't think we really put a whole lot into anything in particular. I don't overreact with road games and things of that nature. You know, I think our guys just have, I think, a pretty even keel to what we do. I'm not a high and low guy. I try to be as consistent as I can, and I know you got to lead from the front, and that's what I try to do. Please, you don't have to raise your hand.
You had another big fourth quarter touchdown drive at the end tonight after last week against Nebraska. What's the message been heading into like those fourth quarter situations?
Yeah, you know, we practice the fourth quarter every day, practice in the winter. We play a lot of one-score games. I can't tell you why. It's not by design. But in my 13 years, we've been in a lot of them, and I think we've got great confidence in those games. I think we're in outstanding physical conditioning. I think our guys have really worked hard. And I think, you know, about a month ago, we probably weren't playing clean enough in the second half. We were making too many self-inflicted wounds. And I think we've gotten a little bit better with that. Still, trust me, to be very clear, very far from the finished product. So we got a ton of work to do to play an outstanding team next week.
With Wisconsin and Notre Dame upcoming and a young team, do you think there was any overlooking?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know what you guys thought about the start of the game. I thought our guys were great. I thought they were great in pregame. You know, we knew kind of the atmosphere we were coming into today, and we talked very clearly about what we had to do and how we needed to attack it. And I just think Rutgers played really well on defense. And I thought our defense played really just a defensive game. It's so funny, like, we play pretty good defense in this league. Everybody does. I mean, everybody plays pretty darn good defense, and it's hard to gain inches. You know, you think back to the last couple of weeks of teams we've played, especially, you know, that game up at Michigan State. That's one of the top defenses in the country. So is Michigan's. And I think our guys have just, they haven't felt sorry for themselves. They haven't pouted. We haven't necessarily moved people the way we need to run the ball. We haven't put the ball into the areas where it needs to go. When we have guys blocked, it looked like we dropped more balls today than maybe we have in a month. Looked like we mistargeted a couple of throws. And so, you know, when you're not in rhythm like that, it's hard. And I thought our guys just stayed resilient. And the bottom line is to win. That's it, period. And, you know, our guys just have that, I think, singleness of purpose. We're coming into each Saturday to win the game. And whatever it is that we have to do to get it done, we're going to do. And, you know, I'm really proud of our team today. It was not our A game by any stretch of the imagination in all three phases, but we found a way to get it done.
Coach, what went into your decision to go for it on 4th and 4 deep in Rutgers territory in the fourth quarter?
We were still chasing, right? We were down. About 7 minutes left to go, maybe 8 minutes, 9 minutes, somewhere around there. You know, we're going to be aggressive. We're going to be really aggressive. That's the way I've been now, I think, the last 6 years. Sometimes I decide not to be. There's usually a reason and rationale for that, based on some things that are happening. But we're going to be aggressive and try to make people defend us. And I thought our guys really stepped up. I mean, I think we got 7 yards on that one quarterback sneak. So, you know, you hear it from every coach, man. It is hard to win. It's hard to find a way to win on the road. And those are just some of the plays, I think, some of the calls I got to make to give our guys a chance to continue to keep a drive alive.
Without having seen the tape, was there anything technically that the offense did to get Isaiah and the other backs going in ways they haven't the past 2-3 weeks?
Yeah, I think we blocked better at the point of attack. It looked like we had some better angles in the backfield. You know, it's been really tough because a year ago or even early in the year, you know, I mean, it's no secret, we run pin and pull, and, you know, the backs got to have a really good feel on certain blocks. When you got some young guys out there playing, they're just happy to hold on to the ball. So we're a work in progress running the football. We know that, but this is also Big Ten football, and we've got whatever many weeks left, and the weather's about to turn, and you've got to be able to run the ball to be successful. And so we're not going to stop. We're going to keep pounding the rock, to steal Chris's term from basketball, and eventually it's going to break. We're not going to stop. So, you know, last 4 years, we've been the best rushing offense in Northwestern history. We know how to run the ball. We know how to schematically put our guys in position. We just got to keep coaching these young guys to keep getting better and better. And that's what we'll do. We'll keep forging ahead.
And as Coach, you touched on it earlier with Chad and being the embodiment of the program. Can you just talk a little bit more about that?
Well, I think Chad Hanaoka represents what's great about Northwestern and Northwestern football. You know, he's a pre-med major, a young man that, you know, last year when we talked in the offseason, hey, do you want to come back or do you want to graduate? He's like, oh, I'm coming back. You know, there's no doubt in his mind what he wanted to do. And there's a reason why he was put in jersey number 1. He doesn't do some things right. He does everything right. He's an outstanding student. He's an amazing, amazing fellow student athlete in our athletic department, fully engaged on campus. And he's just an absolutely outstanding teammate. And to see the way that he stepped up today, I don't know if you could see there were a couple plays that he made that our boundary just lit up. And, you know, it doesn't matter if you're a walk-on or a scholarship player, Clayton Thorson or a true freshman. You know, that person that gets number 1 is expected to be the Wildcat, and that's what Chad represents every single day, and we're incredibly proud of him. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Any update on Scarlett?
Yeah, it sounds like he's going to travel back with us, so that's good news. You know, if it was the alternative, obviously that would be concerning, but it looked like he took a shot to the side. I think it was a good, clean, legal hit. You know, I think those are the plays maybe when I'm playing, you probably get a guy really lit up and a high hit. I thought that was a great job by their young man making contact in the strike zone. It's a violent game, and I'm really, really ecstatic to hear that it sounds like Bennett's going to be okay.
Chris had taken more of a play calling role these last couple weeks with the defense.
Yeah.
Was there anything you saw today, schematically or anything that was different than the tape you saw?
Yeah. You know, it was. You could kind of tell there was a little something different last week, and you know, we knew that we were going to come in and have a unique plan. That even though we prepared, we might see some different things, and I definitely think they attacked us a little bit different than they attacked some others. And you know, we'll take a look at that and learn. We've never competed against each other, Rutgers and us, since since I've been the head coach. So, you know, this was almost like a early game feel for us as coaches and our staff. They've got 13 years worth of evidence getting ready for us, and so we kind of thought today would be almost like an opener, like a non-conference opponent that you've never played before, that we knew we were going to have to adjust, and it seemed like we did a fairly decent job of that after halftime. But Chris is going to do a great job. You know, I think back to my time as a student athlete at Northwestern and the support that needed to happen to turn the program around from the administration and the athletic department and the donors and the fans. It was everybody had to be all in, going the same direction, and there's going to be tough days. But it takes time to turn a program back around. The last time I was in this building when I came to see Greg Schiano, my good friend, to talk head coach with him. And Greg was gracious enough to give me a day of his time and in the offseason a few years back, and learned a lot from him. And, you know, he had this thing going in a direction that I think probably every Rutgers fan was proud of, and it's just going to take Chris some time. I hope they give it to him. I think he's a great man and a great coach. It just takes time, especially when you're in that foundation stage. This is foundation building, 2 recruiting classes in. It's just going to take time, but he's going to do a great job. He's an outstanding coach.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks. Travel home safe. Thanks. Go Cats.
We will get Joe Gaziano,